framework. I'll give you lines I use. Say it the way you want. Just make sure that you're using it as no as your friend versus looking for yeses. Yeses are hard for people to say. A lot of times couples, when they're out buying a house together, what'll happen is they're looking at it and they're like, oh my God, well, they haven't had a chance to talk away from you. So sometimes they're giving each other, eye signals or little gestures or just like little smiles, but they like don't want to give it all away and let you know that they really love it. And it's like this protective thing. Everybody's got this, I'm just looking, say away. Everybody wants to buy, no one wants to be sold. So what happens is we've created this environment that they don't feel that they can be totally honest with you, even though they feel so comfortable and they wouldn't even think of dreaming of buying or selling without you. But yet they still have these reservations. So I've got a list of questions, and I'm going to go through this with you guys today of helping people have better ways of reaching across the table by asking things the right way that allows them to feel much more comfortable in answering you and giving you the truth. Because the better the questions you ask, I always think of it this way, the better the questions I ask, the faster I'm going to get the result that I want. So I need that. And know as your friend, because think about it this way. Nicole, if you were in a scenario and you were looking to buy a car, and this person is showing you a car because you were like, oh, that's neat, but you had no interest in the car. You just made a comment like, oh, that's neat. And they go on for 15 minutes about this damn car and how amazing, wait till you see the engine. Hold, let me get the keys. And they run, you're like, no. And they go get the keys. And next thing you know, now, oh no, here, sit in it. You're like, I am not buying this car. I'm looking for an SUV. This is a race car. I'm not buying a race car. I'm looking for an SUV. But next thing you know, you got to go sit in the car and you got to go through this whole thing. And it becomes like, oh my gosh, now I've not only created this environment of I'm not getting anywhere where I want to be, but yet you don't feel comfortable to tell them, listen, Suna, I'm really sorry. I like this car. I thought it was cool. I'm not buying this car. I'm looking for this. I'm not even looking for this kind of car. It doesn't fit my needs. Well, you don't say that because you feel like you're being rude to the person. Well, aren't you there to get what you want? So what happens is we go through this whole play of crap. And here's what happens a lot of times. Now I've spent 20 minutes with Suna in this car, sitting in it, playing with it, turning it on. Yeah, and it's cool and it's neat. And I thought it was, I only made a comment that, wow, this is a cool looking car because I looked in the little window because I hadn't seen one of these. Or I was always curious to what it looks like inside. I'm not looking to buy it. I don't want to spend really any time with it. But next thing you know, I got the keys. Now Suna's like, well, let's take it for a ride. I'm driving this cool car that now when we're back at the dealership. I haven't even started really the process at all of looking at cars that I'm interested in. And now I got to go because I got to go pick up my kids from school. Or I've got another appointment. Oh, shit, I was trying to do this and now I can't. Do you see what I'm saying? And as a salesperson, that salesperson had no clue going, man, I killed it. I did so awesome. I pitched my brains out of that car. Yeah, but you didn't know. I couldn't buy that car no matter what. Right? I got 9 kids and, I've got a family and I need this freaking giant SUV it's like a bus I got to drive around. And you're showing me a gosh damn sports car, a 2-seater that I will never buy. Does that make sense? So what happens is no is your friend. If somebody was to tell you right out of the gate, hey, no. This is absolutely no. We're completely off the reservation here. I need to be over here. This is what I'm looking for. Help me find that. But people won't tell you that because everybody wants to buy. They don't want to be sold. So they won't even tell you what it is that they're really looking for. So you've got to get really good at asking really good questions. So now, hopefully I made that painful and you guys followed that. Now, if we're looking at it from just a perspective of looking at it from buyers and sellers. So let's look at it from just in a buyer-seller scenario. So if I want to start off with, would you guys prefer I start with buyers or with sellers? Listings or buyers? Which would you prefer? It's your call.
Sellers.
Sellers. Soon as like, hell yeah, give me some listings, man. Okay, so on listings, what I've set up some framework, and Marissa, like she said, she's going to share with you guys some little handout stuff to make it really easy to be able to use these things. So I broke it out into kind of a couple of groups of questions that you want to use. And again, you can use any one of these. You could create your own versions of these, or you can use multiples of these to get past the next step. So let me give you an example what the steps are. The steps are, first is, I want to create some urgency with them that, hey, we need to make a decision. I'm here. I want to make that decision now. I came out to list their house. I didn't come out there to be interviewed. I came out here to list their property. I say that to them, they're going to be offended. They're going to feel pressure. They're going to feel all the things that we don't want them to feel. So what I want to be able to do is put them at ease. So when I'm asking these questions, I want to really make sure that we're doing it the right way. Yeses are hard to get them because, again, if the couple's sitting here and I'm looking at my wife and I told her, whatever we do, we're not signing today. Or she says to me, I don't care how much you like or don't like this salesperson, we're not signing today. So we made this agreement together, but yet you don't know that. And you also, if I said it to you, and I might have even told you on the phone, hey, well, we had to come out, we're not signing today. And you go, absolutely. Well, what are you going there to do? You're going there to sign them, right, Nicole? You're not going there to waste your time. You're going there to get the damn listing, sign them up, let's go. So at the end of the day, you have the same objective. Their objective is to not sign with you. Your objective is to sign with them, but you have the same objective. They want their home sold. So you already know this. That's why they let you come over. They didn't let you come over because they had nothing to do and they were lonely. And well, man, we can get some friends here. Let's call some real estate agents. They'll come by. We'll get some company today. That's not what they're doing. They're really looking because they do really want to sell their home. The question is, who do I sell it with and such? So first one would be, I want to create some urgency with them. So questions I would use using the word no as the answer I want are going to be something like this. So on these here, right, we've already established we're going to stop selling and we're going to start helping them instead of selling to them. So if we do that, so then if we're doing it the proper way, well, thank you. Well, we got out of that one, didn't we? Okay, well, my one slide's missing for my seller questions. Anyways, we'll have to get with Brooke on that. So typo on the screens here. So on the listing questions, I'm going to start with the urgency with them. So what I really want to do is I want to go ahead and start off with the process of going through these types of questions. So to create urgency, I'm going to ask them questions like, would it be unreasonable to take advantage of the current market window right now before the rates change again? Is that something that makes sense to you? You take all these paths. So is there any reason we would wait? No. Oh, okay, great. So you want to take advantage of the market now, you don't want to wait. Is that correct? Okay, great. Say it to them in a form of that. Oh yeah, no, we don't want to. Oh, okay, good. Now, is there any reason that we wouldn't want to be live before this weekend, before the weekend buyers come out? Is there any reason we wouldn't want to be live before them? Now, again, it's a fear of loss for them. So I'm going to create the urgency with them. So I'm going to ask them simple questions like that. Then maybe I would say to them, are you against, if I'm going through trying to discuss at the point where I'm talking about pricing and pricing structures, and you might have your railroad tracks, or you might have whatever your style of using for coming up with your comps and your prices, then I might say to something before I get into that piece, are you against using the current comps and data to position your home more competitively? Again, I'm going to get a number out of them. A lot of times right then, they're going to tell you, well, no, we have to get this. Oh, okay, well, tell me about that. Well, we want to get this. Okay, great. Based on the data I have right here, is this what you're looking at? And then I would put it in front of them because they're going to say, no, great. Have you seen this data? No, well, they haven't seen it because you're handing it to them. So now you've got your information in front of them. What do you know for a fact that they've looked at? Where do you know that they've looked at if they're thinking about selling their house? Where do they go to get their price of their house?
Zillow.
Of course, they
Zillow, yep.
Yeah, 100%. They went to Zillow. We already know this, right? Already know where they went. We already know the data they have. I would have that with me. And I would say, this is what Zillow says. Here's the reality of what these things sold for. And I always do that. I have a mock-up sheet of Zillow and then how far off they are. Now I show them both. These ones are high. These ones were low. So I can go here. Is this what you're looking at? Something like this. This is where Zillow says it. Would you use this as gospel knowing that it's this far off? No. Would you want me to price your house based on this, knowing it's not even accurate? No. Oh, okay, good. Then I wouldn't do that to you. I have this information. Have you seen any of this yet? No. Great. So again, I'm just constantly giving them serious, like, oh, no, we're good. They're going to get into a very relaxed state when everything I ask them, the answer is no. And these are the answers I want. If I priced your house too low, would you take an offer that's too low? No. If I priced it too high and we didn't get any offers at all, would you be happy with that? No. Well, of course you wouldn't. Do you see what I'm saying? And I would agree with them every single freaking time. Because remember, it's their idea, not your idea. So I'm going to I'll role play some of this out with some of you guys here in a minute, and we'll play around with this. Nicole, are you okay with that? All right. So I'm just giving you kind of the path I'm going to take you down. So this is just creating urgency. So this is right out of the gate. This is the type of conversation I'm going to have with them. Now, if I want to go to now, I've talked to them about whatever I've talked to them about. Now I want to get into my trial closes. My trial closes, I'm going to, again, use the power of no. No is very relaxed. It's calm. It's easy. They can say it without having to confer with each other going, should we do this? Yes. Are we ready to sign? Oh my God, I'm nervous. No, go the other way. No is your friend. So now I want to go down the path. So trial closing would be something like, is there any reason that you wouldn't trust me to guide you through this whole process? No? Oh, okay, great. Would it be a bad idea to let me handle the details so you could focus on what your next chapter is? No? Okay, great. Is there anything that I've missed or that's important to you in choosing the right agent? And they'll usually look at each other like, no. Okay, great. Because this is exactly how I go to the next one, which would be to my closing. Because these are the trial closes that if I've eliminated that I'm not the problem, there's nothing that they need from me, then I'm going to go right into, great, so I would literally go down and I would number these in a path of like my number one question I would ask. And then the other ones would be maybe follow-up questions to it that are all no's. So I just have them in a series up here. Like I said, I'll have an updated sheet for you guys of what you have and literally numbered in the path I would take to go down this path. So then I would go down to, same thing when I started from, is there anything I missed that's important to you choosing right? No? Okay, great. So then are you opposed to putting a plan in place so that we don't miss our peak buyer interest? No? Not opposed to that? Okay, great. I like that too. Oh, somebody who's having trouble opening the attachments, you good? All right. So then I would give them is there anything else that you'd need from me before we move forward together? Okay, great. No, great. And then I would go right down the path of, would it be a bad idea to get the paperwork started then while we prep your home so we can be ready for the market? Now, this is my way of asking them, can we start signing? But I don't have to say, you ready to list with me? All right, do you want to start signing a contract? These are all words that are scary. And these are words that you're going to make them say yes. And then if you really want to make sure that they're 100% just totally relaxed, right, is there any reason that you wouldn't feel confident listing your home with me today? No? Great. And then I would go right on. Now, if you get some hesitation, right, you get some hesitation on it, then I would literally go right to, if there's hesitation, is there anything about this process that feels unclear or uncomfortable right now? And sometimes they're going to go, well, we think we want to talk about it, or we'd like to take a few minutes. Well, you gave us a lot of information. Now they're pushing back. Why? Because there's something that they're not comfortable with, or they just haven't had 2 seconds to talk to each other. And sometimes it's as easy as that, right? So you've got to give them that space at the same time. However, during my listing presentation, I'm always going to be asking them about different things. And I saw a lot of features coming into their house. I'm going to take my shoes off at the front door. I'm going to be looking at their options and features and upgrades. So I'm already explaining to them why their house is worth more money when I was going through the actual document showing all the comps and why one house is worth more than another, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to give them all of their upgrades, options, and hidden features in this house, which make it worth more money. So at that point, if I get pushback from there where they're like, well, we're going to talk, we wanted this, that, blah, 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 blah. I say, okay, great. Now let me do this. One of the things that we had talked about when I'd asked you about your upgrades and your options, I also asked you, was there any place in the house, there's a feature or something that I should look at that I should know about? Why don't I do this? Let me take a look at that really quick. And while I do that, I'll give you guys a minute to talk amongst yourselves as well. And then, boom, could you just say, which room is it in? Point me in the direction. I'll go, no problem. I'll go ahead. Boom. Now I've got them a chance to do that. Sometimes you can do the other thing. Hey, since I've been here for a little bit of time, my phone has been buzzing, blowing up, it could be on the, have it down or on the table or in your pocket or wherever you got it. Hey, would you mind? I've got a client that I've got a closing coming up that had a question. I saw it come across my phone here. Would you mind if I made a quick call just for a second? Maybe you guys can take a few minutes to talk to each other. Would you mind if I did that while you had time to talk about what we've talked about, making sure the pricing's right, making sure this, and I've pointed thing. Is there anything else I need to leave you guys with right now? As if I was leaving, even though they know I'm only going to go make a phone call, because I ain't going anywhere, because we're getting a listing today. I am not leaving without signing them. So is there anything else, any other information you'd like me to leave in front of you right now while I go make that quick call? Does that make sense? So So then there you go. So yeah, like Suni just said, Al always says, tell me what's wrong with the house, right? And never ask them, tell me about the house. They're going to tell you all the crap. And well, I've got an epoxy floor in the garage. Nobody gives a crap, right? It doesn't give any value, but they think it's the greatest. I got 6 layers of epoxy. I put the grid in there too. You should go feel it now. And then now you're in a garage on your hands and knees, rubbing and feeling a floor in a garage. Like, seriously, people do this crap with you. So don't ask those stupid questions. You ask stupid questions, you're going to get stupid answers, and it's going to waste a ton of time and will completely derail you. So I agree, and he's exactly right. So what I want to ask him is, what is the worst thing in the house that I need to know about? What's the one thing that could stop us from getting somebody to buy it? What's the one thing that you think if they saw this could be scary to them or might give them pause? What is it? Let them tell you, because now, one, I do want to see that before I ever leave. But secondly, they might say, well, the one bathroom's kind of tore apart. I ripped out, there's holes in the wall and there's no sink. Oh, well, that might help. Yeah, we might need one of those in the bathroom. So I want to make sure I take a look at that. But sometimes I'll leave that well, I'll tell you what, I'll look at that in a minute. Let's talk here. Let's make sure that we're a good fit. Make sure everything else is in place. Is there anything else? No, it's just that one room. We were torn apart. Everything else is perfect. And you can see their house, for the most part, from the time you came in the front door, the path to the kitchen. You should be sitting at the kitchen table when you're doing this though. So then I could ask them those questions. So if there's more hesitation, are you worried about anything else that we haven't talked about? When they get a little pushback, okay, it sounds like there might be something that is giving you hesitation that we haven't talked about. Is there anything that we haven't talked about? Because if they say, well, yeah, it's this, okay, great. Now I've got my objection from them, which is the only thing I really want. I want to know any objection they have. So that's how you're going to get down these paths. And if the answer is, well, no, there's nothing else. Okay, great. Are you comfortable moving forward? Then would it be a crazy, and I love using the word crazy, and I use it 2 different ways. One, would it be crazy to get everything signed right now so that we're ready to go live whenever you are? Sometimes people say, hey, well, we really appreciate you coming. We're really excited. We think you're the one. We really liked you, Nicole. You're amazing, and we really think we're going to go with you. But we're not really ready to go for another week or 2 before we actually do this. So we're going to get back with you. Blah blah blah. Great. Would it be crazy to go ahead and get the paperwork then all taken care of, so that way I can worry about the details. You worry about your next chapter, and then you just have to let me know whatever date we're going to go live. That part's not a problem, because I've got a lot of prep work to do anyway. Is there any reason that we wouldn't do that? And shut up and let them answer you. No is your friend, because if they go, no, great. Here, this is the lead-based paint disclosure. Sign that one first. Let's get going. Now I got them signed, right? Away we go. So these are the different things that I would do that. If they're still feeling hesitation or something, I may go back to a trial close back again. Like, is there anything that I've missed that's important to you for what you really need before we get moving on this, something like that? Would it be a bad idea to let me handle all this for you so that way you can take care of that? Or is there something you feel you need to do? Is there anything that you feel you need? No. Okay, great. Or yeah, we want to go meet another agent, that type of thing. So these are all no answers that will take you down your path if you take them. So you go from, creating their urgency, are you against using the comps type of thing? Are you against using the market data to help you make good informed decisions so that we can price it right? Here's another one that I use all the time. One of my faves on my listing presentation, when I teach just listing presentations, one of the ones that my favorite one to use is, all right, the only thing I have to make sure is that we're not crazy. Nicole, can you role play this with me really quick? Unmute
I
you.
had to find my unmute button. Go ahead. Sure, I'm scared, but okay, let's go.
No reason to be scared. No is a very good answer, right? All right. So would you be offended, Nicole? I know your house is 900,000 for sure, maybe even somewhere between 900 and a million. It is a gorgeous, beautiful house, and it's worth every dime. There is no doubt in my mind and your mind. And we get the first person that comes in, and they look at it, and we have 10 people the first week that come through. And we get the first offer comes in. The first offer comes in at 800,000. 800. Would you be offended?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah. My
Okay.
house is worth a lot more than that.
Of course your house is worth more than that. The reason I ask you this question, Nicole, is because I can't work with crazy people. Is that a fair statement? Just like you wouldn't work with a crazy agent, would you?
True.
Right? True. No, you would not, right?
Correct.
Right. No is your friend. I agree with you. So would we accept that offer, Nicole?
No, I'd probably counter it.
So you're already thinking like an agent. See, you'd probably counter it. The typical client doesn't say that. What they literally Is what you, no, they stay with what you originally said. I'm offended.
Yeah. No.
The reason I said I can't work with crazy people is because anybody who's upset about an offer, we're not going to accept the offer. I just asked you, would you take the offer? The answer is no, of course not. My goodness. No, we're not taking that. We're not giving this gorgeous, beautiful home of yours, Nicole, away. But to say I'm offended, that's crazy. You know what's offensive, Nicole? The other 9 people that came in here and offered us nothing. That's offensive. So, Nicole, you have an agent working for you. That's my job. My job is to bring you any and all offers. So the great news is we got an offer. I don't care how low it is. I've got somebody that wants your house. My job is to take them, turn them upside down, squeeze them, and shake every nickel out of their pockets to find out how much money they've actually got so we can put it in yours, because they are going to pay for your house and they're going to pay what we need them to pay. They're coming in with an offer. That's a great thing. My job is to get them into our game, not in their game. Are you okay if I get them to pay what we want?
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be better for us. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And there's no reason we would ever be offended by an offer, because our answer would be what to a low offer?
No, to a low offer?
Yeah, no. And then
Yeah.
if they counter us and they come up and they're still not where we want them, we're going to say what again?
Yes to the, well, we got to get them up. You're right. I'm so tricked here. Kurt, you got me all verklempt.
Okay, now think about this. You're a seasoned professional and you're an incredibly good, great agent, right? You're incredibly good at what you do. However, when you ask questions that no is actually the answer, it throws people off because they're like,
you got me all frazzled over here.
right. So, Nicole, would we accept a low ball offer that we don't want? Would we accept it?
No.
Right. Now, if they countered us and they still couldn't quite get it to the level that we want them to get to, and they're still too low, would we accept that offer? Still too low?
No.
No, I agree with you. See, this is how this works. My job is to keep getting them into our game. And now we'll counter them and we'll give them other things. Sometimes we'll counter, Nicole, at the same price that we're at. That's letting them know, no, here's where we are. Okay? My job is to do that. We're never offended, ever, because then that would be crazy. We're not offended by people who make us offers. We're offended by those who don't even offer us anything. That's offensive. This house is gorgeous. They should be trying like desperately to buy this thing, at least at some price. I don't care if they come in low. How many times have you started off something and started low, but you go up and you'll buy it? You just want to see if you can get a deal. And there's nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, when we're out looking for that next house for you, we're probably going to want to try to get the best deal we possibly can, as long as we secure the house that you really want. Is that what would you want to miss out on that?
No.
Right. And you wouldn't be offended yourself by putting an offer that might be a little lower than the other people were expecting on the house you're trying to buy. You wouldn't be offended by that, would you?
No.
And you wouldn't want them to be offended by you just by offering a price, even though, hey, I'll pay more. I'm just saying, hey, is there any way you would take this? That's not offensive, is it?
No.
Right. So do you see what I'm saying? It's very important, guys, that you stick with the no's, because they're going to tell you they're offended. And everybody says it, Nicole, 800, and give them a crazy number. I mean, literally give them a crazy one where the reality is that could be the perfect buyer for us. They're just coming in low to start with because they're trying to feel us out. Shit, we ain't scared. We get the power to say no. So I tell my clients, you have the power. You know what's great about that? All you have to say is the smallest word out there. It's a 2-letter word. It's called no. But I have to present all offers to you. The problem is, if you tell me you're offended, well, I think that's crazy. Now you're crazy. Wait a minute, I can't work with crazy people. We got to put a deal together. My job's to negotiate on your behalf, get these people to pay every single thing we wanted to pay, and put this deal together for you. Isn't that what you want me to do? Is there any reason we wouldn't do that? No. Okay, great. I like how you think, Nicole. Love how you think, girl. See, this is why I can work with you. You follow me?
Yep.
Now what I've done also is I've flipped the script on the client, so that way I can get them out of their heads that they're in charge. They're never in charge. They're always in charge. Of course you're in charge doing it my way. You get every single thing you wanted, just like you told me you wanted, as long as you do it my way. Because I'm the one going to give you what you asked for. But I have to tell you everything because I have to disclose everything because we're partners. I can't work with crazy people. I got to work with people that were partnered on this thing. I need you to say no on these crappy offers, but I can't say it for you. You have to tell me, because that's our agreement with me and you together is you get to decide, not me. We get them up where we want them to go. Then you get to say, you know what? That's a sweet deal. Let's take it. You got it. You bet, Nicole. I'll get that wrapped up for you. That's my job. My job is to get you to the finish line, right? We're a team. And if we don't feel like we're a team, then I can't work with you. Is that fair? You'd be okay with that, right? Is there any reason that you would work with somebody that you don't like or that you don't even want to trust or talk to? Would you ever do that? That's why these other guys, there was a Suna guy that came. I don't remember sure where he's from, but you know, he's out there. Guys probably telling you, oh yeah, you know, whatever. We'll just tell them no, we're offended. Well, you can't be offended. That's the person who's gonna buy the house. I'm just gonna squeeze them and get every nickel out of their pocket so they can get up to the price we want. You wouldn't want to miss out on those deals, would you? Right. So we can't work with an agent that would have you offended. My goodness, what a horrible agent that would be. That would not be a good partner for you. Would you ever work with somebody like that? Would you ever work with a discount agent who wants to discount your house and discount their commission and discount everything and give everything away? Would you ever work with somebody like that? No. My goodness, no. Yeah. I want the most expensive one out there because I know I'm getting the Gucci, I'm getting what I paid for, and I know I'm going to get my money. Could you imagine working with a cheap priced agent who doesn't even know how to negotiate for their own money because they have no confidence in themselves? Would you feel any confidence at all in working with them to close the deal into your house and get you what you wanted? No, I agree. I wouldn't either. Gosh. I mean, there's ways of, I'm not bashing the other agents. I'm letting them in their head bash the shit out of the other agent. Oh my God, those would be terrible agents. I agree with you. It's their idea. Anytime you can turn it on them, when they say no, most of the time you're putting it in their lap. And this makes it their idea, not your idea. Does that make sense?
Should I say no or yes?
So do you see how simple it is to have an easy conversation? These are yeses, these are nos, but you gotta constantly pile on the nos because the nos are so comfortable. And now they've moved right along to like, oh my God, I've already said I want to work with you soon. And I've already told Nicole, oh my God, you're my agent. And I said, yes, I want you to, I think I said yes, because I said no to the question she asked that I didn't want to wait. And I don't want to, but I want to, no, I guess I don't want to wait. I mean, they're in their head. So what I did with you, Nicole, right? Had you messed up there? It's exactly where they're at. Like, wait a minute. You're right. I need to do that. Exactly. I like how you think. It's now their idea. The problem is we go into this and we stay on this side of the table. Why the hell are we on this side of the table doing this? Right? They have to feel the push back. No matter how much you push or gently or not, or the more firm you get, the more the firm they're going to push back. So you've got to stop that. It's us, them. So that's why I love using the crazy phrase and offended. So, all right. So that's on our listings. Any other questions on how to go through either creating the urgency or the trial closes or actually trying to close, or if they give you some hesitation, how to reframe the questions and then use no's? Is that, you guys comfortable with those? All right. Do you think you could do that, Nicole, now?
I will try to be 𝗏𝗏 as much as I can.
I want you to channel your inner Kurt and have it in your head and it just spews out. Okay.
I'll work on it.
Because what will happen is your closing percentage on your listings will skyrocket. You'll get 8 out of 10. You won't get them all. I mean, there's always going to be something in someone or some craziness. But at the end of the day, if you really do it the right way, no really is your friend. Right. So if I'm asking, even in those kind of things right out of the gate. So on the buy side, let's flip it to the buyers here. It's the same scenarios. We're just on the buy side versus the sell side. It's really the same type of thing. Now, we're talking about buying versus we're talking about selling. So if we're going to do it this way, it's really simple. So if I do the no-based questions, the first thing I want to start off with is, for buyers who are, say, well, we're just looking, we're really not serious, things like that. Well, I want to have those conversations with them, and I want to use no as my answer because they're already thinking this. Right? They just told you, well, we're not really serious. We're kind of, we're on the fence right now. We're not sure. And we're just like, I don't know how serious we really are. Well, have you ever met anybody that said, my God, go take me to 5 houses and let's go spend my entire Saturday and Sunday looking at houses because, man, I am so lonely. I had nothing else to do. And I just thought, my God, if we could just go look at some other people's houses, that'd be awesome. You ever met anybody who wasn't looking to buy a house that wanted to do that? No. So at the end of the day, I don't care what they say. I care what they do. So if they want to go out and look at houses, they're probably serious. Not many people are not. So now I've got a kind of a waffling here because I've got to decide, am I talking to them about getting them off the fence and getting them out of the looky-loo stuff? Or do I need to start talking about being pre-approvals? Because that would give me kind of, if you want to call it a trial close to you're working with me as a buyer and then you're actively looking to buy a house. So I'm going to go step one to me is more of the waffling, the just looking. We're going to pull them off, right? And we're going to get them engaged. So I'm going to ask them questions like, is there, Suno, here, role play me if you don't mind. All right, bud.
All right.
Yeah, so you were saying we're just kind of really looking, we haven't really found anything we liked. If I heard you correctly, you said that. Is that still the case? You haven't found anything you liked?
Yeah, still haven't found nothing.
No, yeah, okay, great. I like that. So is there something that's holding you back from getting serious about this process?
No, not really.
No, okay. So you are good. I like hearing that. I like how you think then. So would it be a bad idea for us to make a game plan now so that you're not scrambling later at the last second when it's coming that time?
No, that sounds like a good plan.
Oh, okay, good. I like that. So no reason to wait on that. I agree there too. Is there any reason that we wouldn't start putting the strategy in place then today?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay, great. So are you against being a little bit more prepared than the average buyer out there?
No.
Okay, great. And would it be unreasonable to stay a step ahead of the market instead of chasing behind it?
No, it wouldn't be.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I love that. All right. So it sounds like you're pretty serious about this, and sounds like we've covered that. So let's talk about the next steps. So maybe is there any reason that we wouldn't get ourselves pre-approved starting now, so that way we're ready when the right home does pop up?
No, that sounds smart.
Right. Now they might turn around and say, "Oh no, I've already done that." Oh, so wow, you're way ahead of the game. Whatever. Right. But these are my ways of asking them. I need a damn pre-approval ready because I got to figure out a whole bunch of shit still. Right. First, I had to get them off the fence. So then I go there. Sorry. So Suna, so would it be a mistake to look at homes? Do you think it would be a mistake? If we looked at homes before knowing exactly what we can afford?
That's a no. Wait, hold on. Rephrase that. I'm sorry. I got to hear that.
No.
Again.
So right. And this is what I'm saying, because people say these weird things to you, right? So they're like, well, I don't really want to get approved right now. I'll wait, or I'm pushing back on that piece, or they're in that realm. So, well, would it be a mistake to look at houses before knowing what you can afford? Because
no.
Well, no, I mean, no, I want to go out and look at some stuff. How many
Yeah,
times?
get an idea of what's out there.
Yes, I want to go see what's out there. This is the stuff they say, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's exactly right. So that's So anyhow, that's kind of why I want to ask a weird question like that, because I want to put them in their tracks, stop them in their tracks a little for a second, because they're going to tell me, yeah, it makes sense to go look at houses. Okay, so when they say, no, it wouldn't be a mistake to do that. I'd like to go kind of get an idea of what's out there. I can say that's okay, great. Are you guys having a pre-approval ready just in case then, if we do find one sooner than expected?
No.
Oh, okay, great. And then because I'm going to set them up with one to the next, right? The no to that one gets me, well, then do you want to be prepared? What happens if we fall in love?
Mm-hmm.
Don't we want to at least know that we're in the game? That type of thing. Is there any reason that you wouldn't want to have the confidence that comes with being pre-approved, so we know if we like it, we can move on it?
No, I want to be ready when I want to buy.
Okay, good. So then it wouldn't be unreasonable for us to talk to a lender so that we can be taken serious by the sellers, right?
Of course, it wouldn't be unreasonable.
Yeah, okay, good. Do you see what I'm saying? These are softball questions, but yet it gets them to agree to do what the hell you want them to do, because I ain't going out and showing them houses unless I know they can buy the damn thing.
That throws them off balance.
It does, because they're not going, do you have a pre-approval? Did you talk to bank yet? Let me get my lender on the line, because we got it all. How much money you got? What's your credit score yet? Holy shit. If somebody starts off with me like that, I'm probably done with them. I'm like, dude, you don't know a thing about me. Why are you treating me like I'm some schmuck? Yo, I forgot. You're after a commission. Got it. Now I know what you're about. Does that make sense? So stop with the yes stuff on that, or pushing him down that path. Ask him the right way, and you'll get exactly what you want. Right. And probably my favorite one out of him is, is there any reason that you wouldn't want to have the confidence of, that comes with being approved for the sellers so they can be taken us seriously? Is there any reason we wouldn't do that? Oh, okay, great. I like how you think. And now it's their idea, and I agree with you. Well, let's get that taken care of here. Let me do that. I'll get that right now. I'll handle the detail stuff for you. Guys, I want you thinking about your next chapter. Here, let me connect this. Are there any reason that we wouldn't go ahead and reply to this guy? Just send him a text for me and you together. You know, whatever. Put him with your lender. Call your lender on the freaking phone. Right? Boom. Hey, Mustafa, I got you on the line right now. I'm here with, Paul and Jenny, man. They're an amazing couple. Blah, 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 blah. Their daughter, Nicole, is insane, and they're helping her buy a house and shit. I think daddy's going to buy it for her. How crazy is that? I know, but she's going to need a mortgage on it, so let's help her out. Okay, thanks. Boom. You know what I mean? Whatever. You can do these things and get it handled right on the spot. Now you're locking them into you because they're using your people. If you get them using your people, your resources, they won't buy without you because they don't have those resources. I lost a listing a long, long time ago. It was $1 million property. And the reason I lost the listing was the other agent I was against. She told them all about her stager. And so once we started talking, she asked me about my stager. I didn't have a stager. So I had to play off like, oh, yeah, my stager's great too. Oh, okay, great. Well, she's got this one here who's in Birmingham that's got this, 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 and this. And I was like, holy shit. So I couldn't even fake that because I don't even know what half that stuff is that she rambled at me. I said, well, my stager's very good, does a lot of my properties, we use her a lot. She's fantastic. I kind of talked it about, try to stay 10,000 foot view. She wanted to get granular and I was no shot. So
fake it to make it.
Yeah, exactly. I was faking it totally, right? So what happened was she went with her because of the stager, because she had that. Once she knew, and she said straight to me, I really like you. I almost think you're the better salesperson, to be honest. That probably would get us more money for our house. I'm like, then let's do this, people. Come on, you're my people, right? So here I am thinking like, come on. And she goes, but I really like her stager, and I know that I'm going to have to use her to use that stager, and I really think I want to use her stager. And she told me straight out. And then I begged. Right now I'm groveling, I'm trying to keep that thing. I lost the listing. This is 15 years ago or something when I was still a shitty agent. So I didn't use the right questions, right? But I lost because of the stager. Well, I didn't know how to get around that. Now would have been a piece of cake. So let me ask you a question. If I had the same stager, ironically, because stagers work for multiple agents, they don't work for one. They work for a bunch of us, right? I've got a couple of stagers that are freaking Mac Daddy, top-notch, incredible stagers. Matter of fact, I've used them before. If I use them, which you love, and you got me, who you love, and her, who you love, is there any reason you wouldn't want that pairing? And then her answer would have been, oh, wait a minute, you can use that stager or whatever. Then the answer, oh, absolutely. The stager don't give a shit who's paying them. The stager wants the job. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, I wasn't seasoned enough to be able to get around that. So again, no is your friend. So on the buy side. So, all right. So now we covered how do we want to start with them. And then now we want to see how serious we've got them now that we've got them pre-approved, or they let us know that they are pre-approved, or they've already done this piece of it. So we've got that part in play. And then I would go right into, this is how you're going to close these people. So kind of there's 5 questions on the sheet there. The last one of the 5 in that top group that are, if the home checks all the boxes for them. The bottom one is the one I like, is the first one. I would ask that one as my setup close, even though it's not a trial close. This is an actual close, but it would be the one that I would use any of the other following as the follow-up to it. So I would use 2 or 3 of the other ones, and then maybe the final one to really close them. But, is there anything about this house that would stop you from moving forward? It's a really simple one, because we go through we go through and we show them the house and we're dazzled by it. And we're like, did you see this? And did you see that? And do you like this? And do you like that? And oh my gosh. And look at this kitchen to die for. And oh my God, all these hugs and kisses. And oh my God, the master retreat. Oh my God, you can see yourselves in this, this 2-seater bathtub made for 2 with the rose petals and the champagnes and the strawberries. Like, oh my God, I can't wait to be in this house. And you guys were like, oh my God, my sister will die when she sees this house. And oh my God, this is to die for. I love this. This kitchen is the kitchen of love. Whatever they're saying. And you're repeating all this crap back to them. And then now you're closing them, and now you get them all the way back to the front door, and then you have to stop the front door and turn around and go, all right, folks. So Nicole and Suna. So you want to buy it? I mean, it became awkward as hell all of a sudden. Like, where did this awkward shit come from? We've been in love. We created this whole emotion. Can you see yourselves living in here? Can you see yourselves too on the bear rug in front of the fireplace, drinking your favorite wines with the moonlight coming through the transom windows that are open there, allowing the natural light to flow into the room and make the room bigger and cozy in the fire. And oh my God, it's so beautiful and it's glistening. And oh my God, can you feel the love? You've done all this with them. And all of a sudden you got to get awkward. Want to buy it? Like, so you want to, or we can get real salesy. So what do you think, Nicole? We take this one off the market, eh? Huh? Right? Sound like the freaking movies from the 80s. Like, come on, what are we doing? ABC always be closing. Stuna, ask them, man. You don't want to miss on this one. Somebody else is going to love it too. And you won't be making love to your wife on that carpet. You're going to miss out on that bear rug. You know what I mean? It's stupid crap. Like, what are you doing? You just did this incredible presentation on this house, got these people so excited through all these things. So ask, is there anything else about this house that would stop you from moving forward? No, okay, great. And if they're like, because remember, all I need is the two of them to look at each other and give each other permission. Like, yeah, this is ours. This is the one. I mean, they're holding hands, they're touching each other. All the body language is screaming, we need to be in this house. We love this house. Oh my God, this needs to be our home. So now everything I'm doing on the buy side too, just a little sidebar, is, Ashley, I'm glad you're enjoying. So the sidebar is, I'm always going to refer to this as their home. Every time I'm showing them a new home, when I talk about their house that they live in currently, it's a house. I've got to be able to get a pair of scissors and chop that and sever the two, right? We got to cut the umbilical cord to that is a house, not their home. That was their home. This is now their new home. So home is where the heart is. So you can use these types of things. And you can make sure Al's even involved with this. Then you know we're in a good place, right? So we get international Al there. So we're good. So what you want to do is make sure that you're asking the right questions. So from there's anything else that would stop us from moving forward, then I'm going to go to number 2. And 2 could be one of 3 different no answers, right? If this if this home is everything that you're looking for, is any reason that we wouldn't move forward with it today? So now we're getting more specific and asking them today. So we're asking them, would you move forward with it today? Or I could ask them, would it be a bad idea to make an offer and then keep our options open during our inspection period? And then you can get your no answer there. Or maybe I would go from, is there anything about the house stopping me to move? They say no. Then I might just go right to, would it be crazy to lock it in now before someone else does? And then let them look at each other and let them give each other the permission to go ahead and move forward. And then if they're giving me all that, then I would go do probably my 3rd close, because I want to close them 3 times. And the reason I want them to agree to buy this 3 times is because you don't get buyer's remorse, right? When they say yes once and you go, let's sign it up, stop talking, right? So you've been taught, we got taught that in the 80s as well, right? Always be closing. As soon as they say yes, shut up and start writing the contract. Well, you get a lot of buyer's remorse from that. Right? Because they bought it, they didn't have time to talk about it, they didn't feel comfortable with it. You didn't make them feel part of the process. You closed them, you convinced them. You did all these things that we teach today not to do. Let them come to that conclusion themselves. But if you don't take them down that path, they'll never get there. So help them, right? That's how this works. So my 3rd one is always to make sure, all right, since you can see yourself living here in this new home, is there any reason that you wouldn't want me to reach out to the listing agent about us putting in an offer right now? And shut up and let them answer, because that's when they're like, well, and probably, yes, build the relationship. We're not selling a product. Exactly right. So now I've got them, we're doing this together. Okay, this sounds great. Would you guys be opposed to going down to the Starbucks or the Timmy Hortons down the street, or Starbucks or whatever the closest coffee shop or whatever the hell it is? And we'll go ahead and sit down there. I'll give the agent a call on my way over there. I'll meet you guys right there. And we'll sit down and we'll figure out what our offer is going to look like. How does that sound? Is there any reason we wouldn't do that? Okay, great. Let's do it. Hey, Scotty, I'm on a Zoom right now. Can I hit you back? All right, thanks. We'll edit that piece out, Nicole. So anyhow, so does that make sense? So these are all getting them to say, yes, I want to buy. Yes, 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 let's do it. All by answering me no every single time. Now, every single question doesn't have to be no. It's when you're asking the questions that are the pressing questions, the commitment questions. That's when I want no to be the answer. So you'll play with this, Nicole, because you're used to always get them to say yes, always get them to say yes. Nod your head, they'll nod it with you. You'll say, do you want this? Yes. And then they're like, oh my God, my head is nodding. I want to say no, but I can't because my head's nodding yes. I have to say yes to you. And I'm mesmerized and all these things. The reality is you'll build that relationship. You'll build that bridge with them that you're going together. I call it the pivot. You start here And then as you slowly get, now you're next to them here. So now it's us against the world, right? It's us against them. I'm here to work with you to make sure we win. I've got you. I'll protect you. I'm the vehicle. I want them to make sure that there's no way, after working with me one time, going out looking at one house with me, they would never, ever, ever in their lifetimes ever think of buying a house with someone else. Does that make sense? Right? Is there any reason to believe, if you did all these things the right way, that they wouldn't work with you every time? Nicole? No. Amazing. There's another damn no out of you. It's crazy. It's all these no's, right? Now, I've been married a long time. I understand the power of no. So I don't ask questions where I'm looking for the yes, because my wife wants to say no. And my answer is, that's exactly what I wanted you to say. I can't wait. It's great. I'll go get the strawberries right now and the champagnes. We're good. It's really that simple, because it applies in everything in life. And what I found, because I've got 5 freaking kids, that means I'm good at something, right? Parenting. Geez, you get straight to the gutter. So understanding that because of that, I had to become phenomenal at flipping the script, because my kids and your kids and every kid on the planet is the best salesperson there is. Kids have absolutely no qualms about asking you 374 times for that chocolate bar. And they will constantly keep coming at you until you give in and you get it. They will not lose. They will not take no for an answer. And they have no shame in their game. And they will keep asking you. And no matter what you say, right? Can I have that candy bar sooner? And you're like, no, not right now, not today. Why not? Really? No, because I said so. So no.
Hey, Curry, now you don't want me to throw a tantrum later now, do you?
No, I don't. You can have the damn chocolate bar, right? I mean, this is where kids have the power, right? And then they'll play that mind game trick with you too before they lose their shit and get what they want. Then they'll say, but Mom, Nicole, why can't I have it? You said I could have a candy bar last time. Well, that's because I gave it to you last time. You said this will be the only time, and I don't want you to ask again, but now you're asking again. I know, but that was last time. So that would be this time. So is there any reason I can't have it now? No, you can't have the candy bar. Well, why not? Well, because you won't eat your dinner. Oh, they trapped you. You took the bait. The minute you say that, like, oh, well, yes, I will. Well, no, you won't. No, yes, I will. I promise. Let me have the candy bar. And when we go home and have dinner, I will eat my dinner. Now, of course, when you get home, they're not going to eat their dinner, and you're going to be in a fight later on, and you're going to be pissed off, and they're going to be like, yeah, well, I ate the candy bar. How can I have room for dinner? Come on. I can't eat all this. The kid's going to back you in. They're going to squeeze you. But they're great at it because they do not take no for an answer. I had to learn how to flip the script. And once I was able to learn how to ask the questions better, then it tripped my kids up, because then they're like, well, no. Oh, okay, good. So yeah, so put that down. I agree with you. We won't be getting that one today. Good call. Boy, I really like, boy, you're getting much older. You're getting a lot smarter. Boy, I see you're growing up really fast. You're so smart. Kids have a tough time fighting out. That's the crap they want to hear. So anyway, all right, bad sidetrack. Feels like you're boring me now. Okay, so what questions do you guys have? You guys want to do a couple quickies that are not on the sheet, but for agent attraction using no? Some of my faves.
Sure.
Okay. Suna, you with that?
What was the question? I'm sorry, I misheard it.
You want to do a couple? We got a few minutes left before Nicole bounces me out of here.
Let's do it.
So for agent attraction, just using no. All right, Ashley, you good? You good with that, Ashley Johnson? You're a beast.
Yes.
You in a while. You've been hiding, girl. All right, so agent attraction. So what happens is there she is, coming live at you. Bam, the camera's on, girl. Not having no bad hair day there, I can see. Boom, bringing it. I appreciate you. So, okay, so now when agents, think about this. What are we trying to solve, Nicole? They want what? A better opportunity, a better shot, a better brokerage. They want what?
Support. A lot. I hear they want support. They want connection. They want to be, a better opportunity.
So they all say it. And what happens is they'll tell you that the 3 needs they have, right, are the support, and then the training, and then the leads, right? Those are the three things that they need. So they need support, training, and leads. So when support, it's kind of a trick question, if you will. And what do I mean by that? Is when they say they want support, they don't even know what that really means. So what do we talk about? And, and John Chaplock, who I think is phenomenal, he's a great recruiter and all that stuff. One of the things that he's really big on is, find out their pain, ask them their pain. Well, I love the idea. I couldn't agree more. However, I struggle to do it the way that he's taught it to everybody. Ask them their pain. And the reason for it is I don't have any problem. I'm a pretty bold guy. I don't have a problem asking people questions and asking them straight questions and straight at them questions. And I don't have any problem with that. But what I do run into is if I ask you, Mustafa, what's your pain in real estate? What's your pain? The reality is, what are you going to tell me? What you going to say? No, exactly.
I got a lot of,
You hear
I
it?
got a lot of clients and I'm juggling around.
Right? He's trying to figure out what to answer me. Nicole, what's your pain? No, thank you, Mustafa. Seriously, I'm going to give you your answer in a second. I'll tell you why I did that. Nicole, what's yours?
Managing my clients and, that's about it. Managing my clients, I guess. And,
yeah, no, I loved it. Okay, stop right there. This is my whole point. Ashley, what's your pain?
I would say probably capital to leverage.
Profit, probably, maybe. That's your pain? Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
That's my point. Suna, what's your pain? Oh,
Just trying to get comfortable being uncomfortable, man.
keep your camera on, Abe. I'm sorry, Suna, say it again.
Just trying to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Okay. Comfortable being uncomfortable. So we can eliminate that. Your whole life's perfect. Your real estate career is great. Your brokerage is awesome. Everything's perfect for you, right? No.
I think my brokerage is awesome.
Okay. So, Abe, what's your pain? Just do this to sum this up. Abe, you're pretending you don't have any. You're pretending just ignoring me.
I'm sorry, what was that?
What's your pain?
Time management.
Okay. So if you have better time management, the brokerage you're at, wherever you came from before you were even here, that'd be perfect. Life would be great. Just boy, if you could just fix that time management thing. Right?
No, it wouldn't be great because always something that pops up. You can always do better, and there's always better room for improvement.
Right. So if I asked you what's the one thing that you need from your brokerage, this is so Mustafa, I asked you and you're like, well, geez, okay. And Nicole was even, right? Well, I'm trying to, my agent, clients, I don't know, right? How do you not know? It's because you don't. So when we ask people, what's your pain? The truth is, most of the time, they're going to give you the wrong answer, right? Time management? Okay. Well, I want to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Oh, well then shit. If I can just get you past that little headspace, little mind game with you, then shit, you'll be the greatest agent on the planet. Well, no, not really. Oh, okay. You guys, what happens is the answers they give you will be their symptom. It's not the pain. It's a symptom. It's a symptom because they don't know the real pain. None of you
don't know what you don't know what you don't know.
Well, yeah, but they know, but they don't realize how to dissect it out. And it's because they were brought up in the real estate space, never being taught to worry about your pain, because the pain you have, the broker can't fix. And because the broker can't fix it, they never want to speak of it, because if they did, they'd have to acknowledge the fact that you're at the wrong freaking place. It's not the best place for you. Now think about that for a second. Am I ever going to tell you that? Oh my God, no, you'll leave me and then I can't make any money. So who's it really about? We just talked about clients and us making sure the client, that we're building that relationship with them, that we're making sure we're not selling them anything, we're helping them. But the reality is, when agents go to a brokerage, they're never getting that, ever. This is what sucks about it. So on agent attraction, instead of asking what their pain is, because they're going to give me the wrong answer, they're going to give me what a symptom is, or what they think they need, or what, I want that opportunity. Nicole, I asked you, what are they looking for? And you said, right, opportunity. Well, they all say it. The reality is they don't really, here's the facts. And we can just do it based on our company's numbers. And you can take any cloud brokerage's numbers and take the facts. Here's the facts. 84% of every single agent never wants to recruit an agent ever in their entire lives. 16%, so 84 do not, 16% actually do because they see that as leverage, understanding how to leverage and working through leverage and learning how to leverage others to make money so they can start creating their business and running their business in a profitable way, right? In an income earning way. But only 16% of us actually are looking for the solution to that. So what we're looking for is that opportunity because we want an opportunity where a place will let us make that money, Nicole. And that's why we're all here. But the reality is 86 out of, so 8.5 out of every 10 agents, 9 out of 10, you know what they want? They want you to solve their freaking problem. So their pain is the fact that they're not selling enough freaking homes. Abe, wouldn't you like another deal a month? Just 12 more a year?
Be great.
Well, okay, I'm going to ask you guys this question. And here's how we're going to decipher this, Nicole. You'll like this. It's a little brain, right? So, all right. How many of you would like to make the exact same amount of money right now, but I give you half your time back? You can do it half the time. Same money, I'll give you half your time back. You'll have so much more time. How many would like that? Raise your hand if you would. So every single one of you. Okay, me too. Now, what if I said, I have another option. You can work the same as you're working now, right? All these hours you're working. Is everybody working full-time, like crazy hours? Okay, Nicole, if you had to say, how many hours do you work?
I would rather not add it up.
Okay, right? 24/7, right? Ish, right? Suno,
Basically, yeah.
right? Suno. Never not working, right? Yeah, Ashley.
Sorry, I was
Uh,
muted. I was trying to say every day of every hour.
Every hour of every day, right? You're never not working. Ashley.
I'd say about 25 to 30 a week.
Okay, so you doing part-time?
I'm full-time, but
Oh.
I schedule my schedule out to not go over. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
For you.
Okay. So if I could double your income, but you have to work the same amount, and I double your income.
Yeah, I'm with it. Or even less work. Less work hours, more money.
Same hours though.
Okay.
So Nicole, you still got to work like a complete crazed fiend, but you make twice the money. Mustafa, twice the money. Abe, twice the money. Suna, twice the money. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We all know we want our time back. It's invaluable. Our time's worth more than anything. But the reality is the second I offered you the flip side, keep working the insane amount of hours you're working, 24/7, all day, forever, always working, never not working, and you make twice the money. You'll take the extra money. You see the problem?
Mm-hmm.
The agents don't even, you guys just answered it the same way. So the reality is, no, I would rather have my time back, but I still need to maintain a certain level that I'm trying to get to, and I'm not there yet. So the agent who says, I'm looking for opportunity, where's the opportunity? Here's all you got to do. Well, yeah, I don't want to do that. Why doesn't every single agent on the planet come here the second you talk to them, Nicole, or Suna, or Ashley, or Mustafa, Abe? It's because you're not solving their problem. You thought, no, I'm providing them with the greatest opportunity ever in the history of real estate, and you are. But they don't see it that way. Matter of fact, they don't recognize it at all. They don't even know that it's really what it is. Because
They want to be babysat.
it's not so much they want to be babysat. They want to solve
Or
the problem. What do they want? I want twice the money for doing the same amount of work.
Mm-hmm.
It's asked you the same damn thing. You all said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You have a problem. You need more money. You have a problem. You need to sell more houses. You have a problem. You need to be able to do income producing activities. Instead of doing all the busy work, you need to do the productive work that actually gets the money in your pocket in the same amount of time. So I can double your income, same amount of time. But you have to work differently to do it. And no one is ready for that. That's why 9 out of 10, Nicole, say 9 out of 10 say they want an opportunity. The reality is 9 out of 10 want you to solve their problem. They don't want an opportunity. They don't want to recruit an agent. They don't want to start getting stock, and they don't want to have to sell more to do this. They want support, leads, and training.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we're attracting agents, if I ask the dumb question of what you're paying, they're going to give me the answers you all gave me. It's not the pain. It's a symptom of the pain. You've got to figure out what their pain is. So now if I ask you the same question, I'm going to ask it to you differently now. Right? It's kind of like ask with no questions instead of yes questions. So my question would be, what's the one thing, if you had to choose just one thing that if your brokerage gave it to you, you would have never, ever left them? What would that be? You follow me? Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Now you're going to get me to tell you, I'm going to get you now to tell me what the hell the problem you have with the thing you need more than anything else. This is your freaking pain. I don't have this. If I had this, I'd never leave them. Well, they don't have it. This is why you're leaving and this is why you're coming. So when I'm meeting with an agent, I ask that question. So ask a couple, relaxed questions. How long you been in real estate? How many brokerages, have you worked for, Nicole? Who's the first one? Who's the first one you first started? What was the reason you got into real estate to begin with? Oh, I wanted this, I wanted that. My first brokerage was this one because my friend Sally's mom worked there and she got me to get my license and I was excited and I did it. And, great. How long did you stay there? Well, I don't jump, Kurt. I don't hop brokerages. I like to stay put. I'm that person. Oh, okay. I believe you. So tell me, so who was the first one? Well, I started Century 21 because her mom worked there. And then I stayed there for about a year. And then I got this little boutique and it was great. And my girlfriend, Ashley Johnson, worked there. And Ashley's like, I got work. And then I went and worked with Ashley and we were like, oh my gosh. And it was so great. And we had a lot of fun and it was really neat. And then we started selling some stuff there and, it was fun, but I just didn't have all the resources there that I had at the other place. But the other place just was kind of like boring. And I just felt like old people and then young people, so then I went over and then I found Keller Williams. I'm like, oh my God, and it changed everything. I had Red Day and went to the park together and everybody went, we cleaned up the park and we gave back to the community and it was so awesome. And then, they had this, this productivity coach was, called, it was like their trainer and they had this training and then they had the good training, but we had to pay for that and it was really expensive. And I did that for a little bit, then it got expensive, so I didn't do that. And then my business really wasn't going too far, but then, once I started selling a little bit, then I went to Remax and that's great. So my 7 years, I really don't hop at all. Oh, okay, Nicole, great. So you've been at 4 brokerages in 7 years. So every other year you leave. Matter of fact, it's less than that. So every year and a half you switch. I'm not going to say it to them that way because I'm going to make them feel stupid about what they just got done saying, because what they just said is the same thing if you ask them, where's your pain? They don't freaking know. They tell you all the different shit that bugs them. That ain't even the pain. The source of the pain, the problem is they don't make enough money. They don't have enough sales. They don't have enough leads. They don't have what they're looking for because the brokerages don't provide them. So since they don't provide them, they don't get them. Now, when I show them this, what if you could have all of these leads right here? What if you could have all of these 9 different lead generation systems and tools get you, maybe collectively you get a deal a month out of it. So if I got you one, Abe, remember those 12 extra sales? You said that would change shit for you if I could get you one a month. If I could show you a brokerage that could literally give you that, but they would charge you, it's $85 a month. Nicole, it costs you $1,020 a year to work there. They'll give you this resource. And then you wanted support, you said, because that was the thing you needed. Well, let me show you what support looks like. Support should look like the broker teams, the expert care, the transaction coordinators, the team services that they have, the compliance department, the IT assistants that we have, all of our tech, all of our growth teams, the onboarding, all the solutions that are inside there. So that way you have access to every single thing at your fingertips. You can work in the metaverse. You have access to it. They give you your own website so you can literally log in. So all your clients get trapped right inside of your little mouse trap. It's got everything built inside a CRM system tied inside of that. And you have 4 choices to choose from which CRM you want to use inside of that. And the company lets you have, and the company pays for it for you. If you could have that type of support, is that more what you're looking for? But you really wanted the leads. And that's why it was important that we gave you 9 different lead generation systems, right? So if you could have the 9 different lead generation systems, that's going to, hey, Kathleen, I'm on a Zoom. Can I call you back in a few? Thank you much. Okay. So do you follow me?
Yeah.
All of us, I'm really getting them to discover where their real pain is. So now if I could help you double your income in the same amount of time, now I've increased your pay, doubled your income, because I don't care what amount of volume they're doing, I can show them the path to double their income. That's easy. Most agents, right? We know the most agents sell what? 4 homes a year. Yippee. Whoop, whoop. They're killing it, right? 4 whole homes a year. Yay. So if agents are only selling 4 homes a year, I only have to get them to 8. I've doubled their income. That's only 4 more in a year. With this, I know I can get them an extra 1 a month, just 1. That's 12. That's 300% growth. Now I've got them at 300% more money than they were getting. Does that make sense? In the same amount of freaking time. Because they're spinning their wheels, because they're chasing shit and they don't even know where to go get it. What if I could actually give them that stuff, right? What if the technology involved, an EXP platform within the metaverse? If they had, a transaction desk Sisu? What if they had Canva Pro Max with all the cool shit in it? What if they had a full marketing center that literally already did it for you? You literally click on it, put it in here, copy, paste it, throw it in your Canva, and let Canva blow that thing up, and then click the button and hit print. And now you've got all your marketing done for you with your name, your photos, all your shit already built into it. You know what I'm saying? Because agents are like, I need marketing. What if I gave you an entire marketing center? You got that for the $85 you paid to work here, plus your website. Oh yeah, plus. You follow me? What if I could do all of this for you? What if you could have that at a brokerage that you would never leave because it has every single thing you want? So it's that kind of thing that I'm talking about. So when you start really understanding, when you start talking to an agent, would you ever work for a pyramid company to brokerage called a franchise? Oh God, no. Right. But you do. Now that you know they're a pyramid, would you ever work at a pyramid knowing that? No, I agree with you because they all say the same damn thing. Do you follow me, guys? This is how I take them down that path. And this is why it's easy to have a conversation, because I dissolve all this stupid shit. Well, I love my brokerage. Oh, so your clients only work with you because you go, do they drive to that office to meet you there? Is that how you got your clients? Oh, well, no. Well, how many clients did they give you? Would you ever work for a broker that wouldn't even give you one client ever? No, but you do. So it's weird when you tell me no, but the fact is you actually do. How weird is that? Now that you know that, and you know that there's actually a source that you could get, would you work at one that wouldn't provide that for you? No. Would you ever work for one that didn't give you the real opportunity, Nicole, where you could actually be a partner in the business without having to buy it? Right? Now that you know you could, and there's one that would actually give you ownership. What if not only did they give you ownership, they'd actually let you share in the revenue that comes in? You help build it, they pay you. Is that something you'd want? Yeah. Can you get that where you're at right now? If you're at Remax, no matter, and you sell 1,000 homes in the next 5 years, how much ownership do they give you? Zero. Do you see what I'm saying? These are easy questions, and you got to start asking the right questions. But we start off with all this shit. Well, why don't you go recruit a bunch of agents? Who the hell ever got in real estate and said, man, I want to become a real estate agent because, God, I would love to recruit real estate agents. That sounds like fun. Shit. I don't want to sell houses or nothing, get my life. I want to go freaking recruit agents. Said no one ever. So stop talking about that. It's not anything anybody got into real estate to ever do. Now, the people that will tell you, check this out. People that will tell you, Nicole, I'm going to build a team, but I'm not in this recruiting thing, but I'm going to build my own team and I'm going to build my thing. Well, how do you do that? What's the first thing you need to do that? Agents. How are you going to get them? Oh, well, I'm going to recruit ones just for my team, though. That's not like recruiting, even though I'm going to go recruit them to my team and I'm going to literally recruit them. But, right? Like the stupid shit that comes out of their mouths on real. Does that make sense? Because they don't know their pain. So when we ask them, they give us bullshit answers, and they're not lying to you. They don't even freaking know. I asked you guys, and none of you could actually tell me your pain, right? Because the reality is we're caught in a trap. Nicole, you're nuts. So you got a team and everything. So you got an office, you got all this branch off, you got all these things. You're doing 17 things. How the hell are you going to tell me where your pain is? You got pain in 17 different areas.
It's everywhere. Everything hurts.
Pain. Everything around me is pain, right? So yes, right? So that's what I mean. So it's so difficult for me to get you to tell me your freaking pain. Now, if I asked you better questions, I could decipher your pain really quickly, and so could you. So I could get you down that path where you go, yeah, this is, yeah, no, that is my pain. Could you imagine working for a broker that took all the headaches off your plate, and then you could take and stand on there and do the things that just generate income and make money for you? And you could only do those. Would that be cool if you had a broker that did all the shit you hate doing and you just did the stuff you like doing?
Yeah.
But we complicate the hell out of it instead, and we try to do all these other things. So for me, keep it simple, stupid, I'm in. Make it simple, I'm stupid, I'm in. Let's do that. So that's why I keep building what I'm building, because it makes it really simple. And it generates me more income if I go to work tomorrow or not. And I can continue doing that. Is that an opportunity you're looking for? And then the answer is, yeah, great. But the first thing I have to do is help you what? I have to help you freaking sell another house. So that's the kind of thing you got to do. So those are the kind of questions you ask. And that's what I got. Thank you, Suna. So.
All right. Well, thank you, Kurt. This was awesome. Appreciate you.
All right. You guys are like, holy shit, I feel like I got my ass kicked or something. You know,
No, everything hurts worse now.
not exposing my pain, right? It's this simple. Make it that simple. Stop convoluting your world. Make it that simple. Ashley, you're only working 20, 30 hours. Are you getting paid for what the hours you're working? I love that you control your schedule. Now the question is, are you making max dollar out of that?
Right.
And then if the answer is yes, girl, high fives, you're killing the game. You're ahead of the rest. If the answer is no, okay, what do I need to do different, but still work within my time constraints? I love that. I am all about schedule. Then am I working on getting one new lead a day? Am I spending 2.5 hours prospecting every day, 4 days a week? So I got to do 4 days a week. I do a whole class on just this 1 hour, strictly on how do I live by my schedule? How do I stay working productive and not busy? I'll be plenty busy, but I'll be productive. And how do I own my schedule? How am I home at this exact same time? How do I do that? If I literally laid it out for you, if I was just an agent selling homes, it'd be so easy, right?
Mhm.
Because I can show you where you can make, 430,000, you make 215,000, or you can make 108,000. It's totally up to you. And I show you exactly how to do it. But it's getting one new client a day. And if three out of the 4 days that you are prospecting, you actually get one client to say, yes, I'll look at some houses with you. And you do 3 of those, one of them is going to have a house to sell, probably 2, but we'll just call it 1. So my prospecting list and where I'm prospecting is always going to be in move up communities. Why? Because I just doubled my income. Why? Because in the same amount of time, I'm getting 2-fers, meaning 2 transactions in one. A buyer that's got a house to sell. They're called move up buyers. I'm looking for people that are moving up to the next one. So I'm looking at a price point for buyer here because that means they have a house to sell. Because the people buying this house can't afford to keep this one and buy that one. The people way the hell up here, believe it or not, the people buying all their houses cash and shit, they're buying $1 million houses. Like, how the hell are these people dropping $1 million? They've got that cash on hand, right? That's the cash buyers. People buying houses for 250, 350, 400, they're not cash buyers. Yeah, there's some, most of them are not. Those all have a mortgage. Why? Because they have to sell their house to use the money from that one to buy this one. They played the money game with buying the house. House went up in value. They got more money. Now they can leverage to buy the next step up, move up house. You guys are working in the wrong markets, right? So I can take an agent and help them make more money in the same amount of time. I can double, triple, quadruple their incomes. Then it's okay, great. Now that I just freed up this much of your time, would you talk to other agents and start leveraging them so you could actually start building your own business? And you don't have to own one like Nicole. You don't have to have a team. You don't have to have recruit an independent group of agents. GoGo does it. She probably does it better than just about anybody because she don't have a damn team. Calls the team GoGo. She ain't got a damn single person on her team. But she's got 1,500 agents making her a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Right? Because she's leveraging, they're all over the place. They don't even live in the same state that she's in. She couldn't put them in a building and build a team if she wanted to. Because it's not how she does it. She kills it. Mike Sherrard. Guy kills it. Why? He ain't building no damn team. He has a small little group that he calls his team because he refers it that way, but no, he builds an empire. Right? Me, I run a team. It's not even my team. It's Mark's. I don't want it. I don't want it to be my team. Yeah, I refer to it as my team, sure. And I have pride in it, and we kick ass and take names, and I make sure that they stay number one and don't get their ass kicked by nobody. So we got to make sure we're killing it. Because then it gives me more props. It gives me credibility, and I can go on a stage and go on any of these objection handling contests and shit. It's a lot of fun. I can go kick the shit out of these guys because they don't know what the hell they're doing. And I laugh about it. But I do run a mega team, but it's not even my team, it's Mark's team. And really now it's Chad's team. I put Chad in charge of it. Hire Chad, hire Megan, pay them, let them do their thing. Does that make sense? It changes everything, guys. That's how this really works. This is what changes everything. So anyway, Nicole, any other questions? Ash? Abe?
I don't think
No.
so.
Good.
All right. Hopefully it was worth an hour and few minutes of your time there, Nicole. So.
Absolutely.
Thank
Okay.
you. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you all. And we'll be back next week with another Modern Agent Blueprint.
Woohoo.
You got it.
Bye. Have a
Bye.
good day,
Bye,
everyone.
guys.
Kurt.
Bye-bye.